Hello, welcome back. We are at the ISSF World Cup Shotgun. I'm getting ready for a trap men event. We just saw the very exciting final that the women showed us here at the Olympic shooting range in Nicosia, Cyprus. And there was some sun coming out, and I'm hoping that we will see a little bit more of it just by the end of this finals. Of course, we're starting with semifinals 1. Then we're gonna have semifinals 2 and finishing off the finals with the medal match that we just saw with women being very exciting. It's still 10 degrees Celsius. It's still kind of warm, let's say, but the wind is a little bit less than it was for the women's finals. It's still pretty strong. And it has been for 2 days now. We're hoping for some better weather in the coming days, since this is the first day of the competition. And these finalists are starting with their test fire before the beginning of the semifinals. Let us know what you think. Who are you rooting for? You can follow the official pages of ISSF on Facebook and Instagram. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of these competitions happening here throughout the ISSF World Cup here in Cyprus, and of course all the rest as well. The weight is between 3.5 and 4 kilograms, so they have to lift this shotgun 70 times or even more throughout the finals, which comes to around 300 kilos in total. So they have to be very physically prepared as well. Coming out first onto the firing line is Talal Al-Shidi from Kuwait, 28-year-old. And we have a Croatian representative, Anton Lasnovic.
In position number 2, representing
won the European Championship last year in double trap in Osijek. Coming up from Great Britain is Matthew John Coward-Hawley.
And in position number 1,
these athletes we've seen many times in the finals. And they have been doing this for a long time in their lives. Last but not least, from Turkey, coming Oguzhan
of the semi-final, Mrs. Melis Giro from Turkey. And And the referee, Mr. Emir Emilzadeh from Cyprus.
Of course, the jury and the referee who will be responsible for conducting this finals. It's not easy. Even the officials, all of the officials have to be really, really concentrated because the finals goes on very quickly and these targets are just flying out in 80 km/h. That is their speed. Here we have Turkish representative, Great Britain representative, a representative from Croatia and from Kuwait. 4 different nations trying to find their way into the medal match. That's going to happen just after this. They're going to be starting with 15 targets. After the first 15 targets, 10 more targets, and then we have the 2 remaining in the finals who will go for the medal match. So after 15 targets, one of them leaves the finals, and after the next 10 targets, one more finalist is not going to be able to qualify for the medal match. So only 2 of them in this moment could go for the medal match. Tuzan starting with a hit, Coward Holly as well. Let's see Glasnovic now. They have 12 seconds when they stand there on the firing line to prepare. With these 12 seconds before they shout a vowel to call their target. They're shooting 1 target per 1 station, and they're changing stations after each target. On each station, in these first 15 targets, they will get 1 left, 1 straight, and 1 right target coming out. First miss in the finals, Glasnovic. Al-Rashidi calling the target. I think it went into the left, so he was able to hit it. Tuzon, this it's really interesting to see. He was actually a world champion as a junior in 1999. That's 23 years ago, which just shows how long these athletes can last in this sport, because this sport doesn't affect them in extreme ways. It actually helps them to create a healthy posture, to create healthy muscles and strength, so they can go on for a really long time competing and actually being in the top, not falling back. Glasnovic hitting this one. I think it went to the right a bit. They do say it's a bit harder for targets that go to the right, and Al-Rashidi Al-Rashidi had no target now, which means he's gonna do it again, and it went into the right. As they say, shooting the right target is a bit more demanding than the left targets, and Tuzun finished off with a perfect 5 hits in 5 target series. Coward as well. Glasnovic to the right, it's a hit. He finished off with 4 hits. And let's see if Al-Rashidi has a perfect series as well as Tuzun and Coward Holly. And he does. It went into the right, but he
after the first round and the first 5 targets,
was able to hit this one.
Tuzun would start from Turkey with 5 points. Coward Holly, Matthew John,
As we're seeing, these are some very, very good.
And Glasnovic Anton from Croatia with 4 points. We continue with the second
results, with 3 of them having a perfect score still. The finalist is just 1 hit behind. It's the Croatian representative. Excellent shot by Tuzun. Continuing on. Karatali with the first miss. Glasnovic now has a chance to tie with Karatali, and he does. Al-Rashidi. All right, that was a hit on the left. Sometimes it's really very visible to see the white powder coming out, showing it was a hit. Like this one, for instance, by Tuzun now. Karatali's turn. It's a miss 2 times in a row now. It is getting a little bit windier, so it could be affecting him. It's a miss by Glasnovic as well. Karatali and Glasnovic are tied, and Al-Rashidi and Tuzun. We'll see now, but Al-Rashidi had no target again. This is now twice that this happened to him. He has a few more seconds. And now, in the span of 12 seconds, he needs to call the target. So when he is ready, from that moment on, he has 12 seconds to call the target. Continuing on, Tuzun coming to a perfect score of 8 from 8 so far. Karatali had 2 misses. Now he hits this one. It was a hit by Glasnovic. Al-Rashidi could now tie with Tuzun back again, but he doesn't, which means the Turkish representative took over the lead. First time now, first one to take the lead after 9 targets. He's still keeping the perfect score. He's the only one keeping the perfect score in the finals. Karatali just had a hit. Karatali, who actually won the World Championship in Lonato back in 2019. And he was the bronze medalist last year at the Olympic Games. So he is definitely a hard competition. Back to Tuzun. Let's see if he has still, yes, no misses by Tuzun. He's going really strong in this finals. Karatali hits the last one, but he's 2 hits away from the lead, from Tuzun in the lead. Glasnovic can tie with Karatali now, but unfortunately it's a miss. So he is in the last place now, whatever Al-Rashidi does. He can just step into the second place, and he does.
After the second round, 10 targets.
We still have 5 more targets.
Al-Rashidi Talal with 9 points. Karatali Matthew John
The first
with
decision
8 points,
of
and
one of the
Glasnovic
finalists
Anton
leaving.
with 7
There's a
points.
3 hits
We
of a difference
continue with
between
round 3.
the leading Tuzun and Glasnovic, who is currently in the last position. 5 more targets to go. Tuzun hits at this one. Holly. Now we have Glasnovic, who won the World Cup in Nicosia back in 2020. So he already has been shooting in Cyprus many times, and actually has won the gold here on this shooting range back in 2020, and then again in Cairo 2021. see if he will somehow be able to make it in the medal match. Rashidi now. This World Cup winner from Lonato last year, who won the Asian competitions gold 2 times, back in 19 and as a junior back in 2013. We're getting close to the end. Glasnovic could now have a chance to tie with Coward Holly, and he does. Al-Rashidi it went straight, I think, and he hit that one. It's usually the most frequent one to hit. Tuzun is just on a roll in this finals, and I think he is definitely a favorable for the medal match. Coward Holly now. Glasnovic with a hit. Al-Rashidi. It's a hit as well. They still have 2 more targets. And then 3 will remain. And it looks like it's going to be between Coward Holly and Glasnovic, because Tuzun is just way out there. And he's going for the medal match. Coward Holly hits this one. Glasnovic needs a hit if he wants to stay tied to Coward Holly. It's a miss, unfortunately, I think, yeah. But I think they're gonna ask for VAR to check and to be sure, because this one is really, really important one to hit. It's a really deciding last few hits, so it is actually fair to ask for VAR. So we're gonna see what's going to be the decision.
It's a protest from the Croatian coach of the target.
They were really, really fast to decide, so they're coming out now.
We're waiting for the result.
With the decision. Let's just see for a few more seconds. The official review saying the one going into the left, it's a hit. The decision by the referee was that Glasnovic had a hit, and he is tied with Coward Holly now. Al-Rashidi hitting this target. He is safe from being out of the finals in this round. Let's see if Tuzun will have 15 consecutive hits. And he does. It's very admirable. Coward Holly hits this one. If Glasnovic hits this one, they're going to have a shoot-off for trying to stay in the finals. Unfortunately, I really think this one is a miss. And that's over for Glasnovic.
After third round and 15
because we went through 15 rounds and Glasnovic had 11 hits. So
with 14 points.
The 4th place in the semi-finals
with 12 points.
is going to the Croatian representative Anton Glasnovic.
Is eliminated. We continue with the round 4.
I'm sure he did his best, and I'm sure he really wanted this, but it's sports, and it's just how it goes. He was just 1 hit behind Coward Holly. If he had that last hit, he may have had the shoot-off, but the wind is really, really strong. Maybe he's going to be happy with the trying to find himself some shelter from the wind. We've seen only hits by these three that stayed in the finals. This one is the first miss by Tuzun, the first one. Tuzun, who has been shooting since 1996. This 39-year-old showing that that the shooting sport is actually a whole life worth sport. You can see that the wind is starting to get really strong. It's making it almost impossible for them to shoot. You can imagine how hard it is to try and keep track of the targets with the wind literally pulling you away. So Tuzun had 2 misses in a row, and to be fair, I think the wind was really hard on him. Coward Holly and Al-Rashidi had a hit in this round. And now Tuzun continue with the hit. Imagine he had 16 hits in a row, and then two misses in a row. Stanko in her medal match showed the same, having so many hits in a row, and then the misses that come, which is actually pretty normal. Tuzun with the last target being a hit in this series. Coward Holly had a perfect series, coming to a total of 17 hits, and Al-Rashidi could now tie with Tuzun. But let's see if he does. It was a lost target. There was no target. And he's able to tie with Tuzun. So Al-Rashid and Tuzun are currently in the lead, and Coward Holly is one step behind, just with one hit behind.
We moved to round 5.
Tuzun has been holding his ground in this finals from the beginning. I'm pretty sure he's going into the medal match, but you cannot ever know this. We're just gonna have to wait and see. That's the only way. There was no target this time. For Coward Holly, who is currently in the last place, and this last series could cost him a place in the match, or he could try and qualify. Al-Rashidi. So the 12-second start now. He has to call for his target in the time of the 12 seconds. They're still tied. Tuzun coming to 20 hits again after 22 targets. Coward Holly with 19 hits, And Al-Rashidi now again being able to tie with Tuzun, so they're catching each other's. Actually, Al-Rashidi is catching Tuzun's tail. And the coach is very calm, just watching the finals, not reacting a lot. That's just something that happens in this sport. The athletes are being taught not to react too hard, because every reaction can make them not focused on the next shot. And as we say, the most important shot is the next one. Howard Holly coming to a total of 20 hits. See if Al-Rashidi will catch Tuzun again, and he does, which is not looking good for Coward Holly. If they continue like this, just hitting these, Coward Holly would not be able to stay in the game. Tuzun with 22 after 24 targets. Coward Holly, this one. Waiting for Al-Rashidi. He just waited for Coward Holly to go around. If Tuzun hits this one, Coward Holly will not be able to reach that. Coward Holly needs a hit. He needs a hit. And he depends on Al-Rashidi now. If Al-Rashidi misses this one, it's going to be a shoot-off between Coward Holly and Al-Rashidi. So it's very important for Al-Rashidi to hit this target, which he does, and he's coming to, and there you go. The reaction from the Kuwait coach. Finally, he's happy that his athlete is going into the medal match.
With 23 points,
So it's going to be Ogusan Tuzun
22 points, is eliminated.
going into the medal match with a total of 23 hits. And Talal Al-Rashidi as well with 23 hits. Just one hit behind was Coward Holly from Great Britain, and with that he was not able to qualify for the medal match. But Talal Al-Rashidi from Kuwait going into the medal match, and as soon as they go off the firing line, the firing position, they have to put some clothes on, put something more on, because it's really, really windy here. It's not that cold as it is windy, which is making it really, really hard to do what these athletes here are doing. And they are doing a marvelous job. It's always wonderful to see these slow motion shots. Stay with us with the video of a director's clip about shooting sports and taking care of the environment, which is really important nowadays. Stay with us. We'll be back with the semi-finals too, to see who's going to compete in the medal match alongside Tuzun from Turkey and Al-Rashidi from Kuwait. Nature is the world around us. We as human beings depend on it, so we must protect it and take care of our nature that provides us more than just beauty, but life as well. In the shooting sport, the materials used are recyclable. It is important if we want to preserve the environment. Competition and training take place outdoors, so the shooting sport community is in touch with nature every day. Athletes are encouraged from an early age to be attentive when dealing with the environment. The shooting sport community is seriously committed to keep Mother Nature clean, as well as to recycle all materials that are used in training and competition. Let's hold each other accountable and help Earth become a clean and healthy place again.
After the test fire, I'm going to present the 4 finalists. So for the second semi-final, we have main event. In position number 4, representing Poland, Kovacic Piotr. Piotr's coach, Mr. Sebastian.
The representatives are coming now for the second semi-finals.
In position number
from
3,
Poland,
representing also Poland,
Kovalchik coming with bib number 4.
Thomas coach, Mr.
Pazierski Tomasz from Poland as well. So we have 2 Polish representatives in the second semi-finals.
Representing Australia, Willett James. James coach,
now
Mr. Richard Salmon.
from Austria, James Willett, competing
in position 1,
second semi-finals to secure his place in the medal match. And Croatian representative Giovanni Chernogorec coming out now. Had Anton Glasnovic in the last semi-finals. He was not able to qualify for the medal match, but we'll see maybe.
And the referee, Mr. Emir Emezadeh from Cyprus.
Maybe Chernogorec will have a better shot.
Let the semi-final begin.
So a Croatian representative, Austrian representative, and 2 Polish representatives are going to be competing now for their place in the medal match. They'll be shooting first 15 targets, one of them leaving then, and then 10 targets. In each station, they shoot 1 target. And the first starting is Černogorac, starting with a nice hit. Will it as well. Pasierbski. And Kovacic hit the target as well. So just starting with the competition. Černogorac missed his second target. They had some marvelous shooting in the last semifinals, where 3 of the semifinalists started with a perfect round. There was no target but for Pasierbski. So he's trying out now, and it's a hit. Kovacic as well. It's a hit by Černogorac, but it's still really windy. It stops for just a second and then it just goes on again, making it hard for these finalists. But it's all the same. All the same conditions for all of these athletes here in the finals. There was no target for Černogorac. This is the first time happening for him. And we're now on target number 4. It's interesting how these athletes are remaining calm in a situation where the weather is not really something that they're used to, because it's usually pretty sunny, which also can sometimes make it hard. But we are depending on the weather always. And all of the athletes are shooting in the same conditions. We can see all of the spectators. Everybody is just trying to keep warm. It's still around 10 degrees Celsius when
after 5 targets,
the competition started. A few days ago it was a bit warmer. Let's see how we're standing now. Pasierbski with 5 hits, the only one with a perfect series. Then Willett with 4. Černogorac and Kovacic are both on 3 hits. We're starting with the next series of 5. So they're shooting on each station 1 target. And from each station they will get a left target, a right target, and 1 target going straight. back to Chernogorets, the Olympic gold medalist from London 2012. It's Gilet with a hit. There was no target for Pasierbski. This 26-year-old now missed the target. He has been in many competitions so far, shooting since 2008. Chernogorets with a hit. Gilet. With a hit. They all had a hit in the eighth target. Chernogorets could be going for the perfect round. Let's see if he's able to hit this one. It went into the left and he was able to hit it. Coming to a total of 7 hits. He has 2 misses so far in 9 targets. Gilet, the World Cup winner in 2019, is going for his place in the medal match, since he is the one who's leading in the semifinals. Kovalchuk is currently on the last position with 6 hits. Chernogorets shooting this one, hitting the target, coming to a total of 8 hits. He had a perfect series in this round. He's going back on station number 1, where Gilet just had a hit, coming to a perfect series as well. Chernogorets is just 1 hit behind. Pasierbski hitting and tying with Chernogorets, and Kovalchuk is definitely behind.
After the second round,
even though he had a hit now, he is 1 hit behind Chernogorets.
With 8 points, and
Pasierbski, who was leading after the first series. Now Gilet took over, and the Chernogorets is following him in the 2nd place alongside Pasierbski. Gilet had a straight target now. He hit it, coming to a total of 10. Pasierbski hit the target. They're all holding their places. Kovalchuk had just 1 more miss than Chernogorets and Pasierbski. We're on target number 12. Gilet hits the target. He is still just 1 missed target so far. Pasierbski 2 missed targets so far, and Kovalchuk is on the line. It's not looking probable for him to stay, but I'm sure he's gonna try his best. Finally, again, we have a little bit of sun, making it a bit easier, a little bit easier to be able to hold this cold weather and this windy weather that would not be so cold if there wasn't so much wind. We can see it in the white, in the pink powder that goes from the target. How much wind we have here. Czernogorets had a last series perfect one, and now he's going for his second perfect in a row. Just needs one more hit. Will it now? Still holding his lead with this hit. Pasirevsky. Could he tie with Czernogorets again? And he does, coming to 12 hits now. Kowalczyk. Hitting the target, but if Czernogorets hits this one, he will not be able to take his place. It's going to be up to his other Polish representative. So Czernogorets is safe for now. Will it? Is definitely safe for now, whether he hits this one or not, but he does. So Czernogorets and Willet had perfect series. Pasirevsky could tie with Czernogorets now, which would be over for Kowalczyk. The Polish representative. And the coach is... There was no target. The coach is right behind, watching over the two Polish representatives. Probably hoping that at least one of them will go in the medal match. There was no target, and he's stepping back now. When there's no target 2 times in a row, then the judge, the referee, needs to check. And now Pasirevsky is stepping back again. I think this is the second station, and the second station has been doing this in the last final as well. Now when he takes the shotgun, he has 12 seconds to call the target. You can barely see them or hear them call the target, but they do, usually with a vowel like O or an A. And this is it for Kowalczyk, and he finished with a miss, unfortunately, as well.
He's leading with 14 points.
It's
Giovanni from Croatia.
not enough, unfortunately, for this Polish representative. He does look a bit sad about it, which, of course, these athletes train a lot to be in these competitions, and then it's all decided in a manner of half an hour. So they train for this moment. Czernogorets continuing with a nice stream of hits. Well, it's second miss in the finals. Now he's tying with Czernogorets, and if Pasirevsky hits this one, they're all going to be tied. So it looks like a very, very tight semifinals to see who's going into the medal match among these representatives. If Willet misses now, he's going to be one hit behind, but he doesn't. He's still tied with Czernogorets. Pasirevsky hitting the target. And target 17, coming on 18. Czernogorets on the third station, just in the middle. Let's see where the target goes. Went to the right, and his quick reaction was well enough for him to come to 16 hits. Willett now lost the lead with this miss. And he fell into the third place, since Chernogorets and Pasierbski both have 16 hits. Will Chernogorets go for the perfect round? He had to step back for a second. There was something that happened. Either no target, or he just was distracted in some way. Now 12 seconds he has to call for the target. Most of these, and he hits it, most of these athletes have these special sunglasses that they're wearing to help them see the target better. And it's really nice to see how they just know how to conduct themselves in the finals. They just know how to respect each other while shooting the finals. Chernogorets going for the perfect series, coming to a total of 18 hits. Now Willett is really on the line. He needs a hit if he wants a chance to stay in the medal match. But if Pasierbski again hits this one, he's going to leave him behind again.
So after round 4, Chernogorets Giovanni and Pasierbski Thomas.
So Willett was in the lead, but now he fell into the third place with just one hit of a difference. To be fair, he did have 2 misses in the last round, and Chernogorets had only missed in the first round. After that, it was all hits for him, and he is continuing in that same manner, showing off these excellent skills with his possibility of qualifying in the finals. These are first-class athletes, making it look effortless and easy. But believe me, it's really not. After 22 targets, he only has 2 misses, and that's from the first series. And then after that, he just had hit among hit, which is actually exceptional. Came to the last 3 targets. And Chernogorets is still on a roll. Pasierbski's 23rd target. Will he tie with Chernogorets? Nope. With this miss, he ties with Willett. If Chernogorets hits this one, he is probably safe to be in the medal match. There still could be a shoot-off, but we're gonna see. He missed this target, so he had 2 misses in the first series and now 1 miss in the last series. It is a very tense situation, especially with the wind and everything going on. So it's actually pretty admirable that they were able to have, that Chernogorets had so many hits in a row, but it would be really good for him to have a hit now, and it's really depending on his place in the medal match as well. He hits the target. If Willett hits this one, they're going to be tied and could potentially have a shoot-off. And he does. Basierbski, it's on him now. Or all three of them will have a shoot-off. But Basierbski missed the target in the last moment. No, unfortunately for the Polish representatives, both of them were not able to get into the medal match, and there were two of them. Unfortunately, this is what happened in the semi-final two with women, where there were two Spanish representatives, but they were not able to get into the medal match. And now both of the Polish representatives are out, and I'm sure that they are sad about that. Qualifying for the medal match is the Austrian representative James Willett and the Croatian representative Giovanni Chernogorec. We are done with semi-final two. And we are going in for the medal match. It's going to be the last match of the day. Trapman at the ISSF World Cup Shotgun in Nicosia, Cyprus. Let's see some great slow motion shots that actually show us the targets a bit better than we see them in real time. We will be back with the medal match to see who wins the gold here at the ISSF World Cup in Nicosia, Cyprus. Let us know who you're rooting for in the medal match for the gold. And, you can share this broadcast so that more people can watch this beautiful sport. Currently shooting trap. The first 3 days of the competition are actually reserved for trap only. Today we had women, now we have men. If I'm correct, tomorrow we're gonna have the mixed team events for trap as well, of course. And then on Monday it's going to be only team events. So now the referees and the officials are checking the targets again, making sure everything is right for the medal match. That is the most important part of the finals. While we're waiting, gonna see a director's cut video about this beautiful discipline trap. Well seen in trap, a discipline that is for everyone, whether you're young or old, man or a woman. It takes commitment to train, getting better at coordination and focus, which are necessary to become a quality athlete in trap discipline. Adding to the combination goodwill and love towards this beautiful sport, and the results are all the best athletes in the world competing in the highest ranking competitions, showing off admirable skills in trap, able to react quickly to the targets, flying out as fast as 80 kilometers per hour under the watchful eye of the officials conducting the competition, cultivating fair play. Athletes in the shooting sport generally care for their overall well-being by taking care of both their mental as well as their physical health to be able to succeed in this beautiful sport.
Ivare, a mi dajte sluške. S ove druge strane.
Çek. Devam.
Desna ti je slušalica, lijevo ti je mikrofon.
Φορτηγό μαθά όλη τη μέρα. Το φάγελο για να ρε βαριάμουν. Καλό αχαμί. Σίλα δεν άκου να το προφάει τα λίπα.
The athletes now have a few moments to take their places on the stations. Chernogorets is trying to keep warm in this weather. All right, some test fire from the finalists, the 4 athletes who will be competing for the medals. Just finished with testing shots, and now they're going to be coming out for the last
position number 4,
final of the day, coming out from Australia, James Willett.
Position number 3,
World Cup gold medalist from 2019 is going to try out for another
position number 2,
gold medal.
Al-Rashidi Talal.
Then we have Giovanni Chernogorets, the Olympic gold medalist from 2012 from Croatia.
Representing Turkey,
After which Al-Talal Al-Rashidi from Kuwait
jury of the medal match
is coming out.
from Turkey.
He won the World Cup last year in Lonato. He's gonna
And referee Mr. Alkis
try his chances now in this competition as well. And last but not least is Oğuzhan Tuzun from Turkey. That has been shooting for a long time. Last gold medals he won were back in 2012, and he had an amazing semi-finals. So I'm really having high hopes for him. We'll see how he does now in the medal match. All right, wind is still here. It has not left us, but the sun came out a bit. It keeps coming out and going, I guess, as the clouds are moving away from, because of the wind. Tuzun starting with a hit. The athletes shoot 35 targets in the semifinals and in the medal match. And they're starting off with the 15 targets. And in the beginning and the last, in the first few series, they're actually pumping their hits, trying to get as much as they can to stay in the finals, to stay in the medal match. and the one that comes the furthest will be the ones competing for gold and silver, of course, and they'll be shooting the most targets. It's a really beautiful picture when the sun comes out like this. It's actually 4:20. Here in Nicosia, Cyprus. And I've noticed it gets pretty dark pretty fast after after 5:30 or something, so we have 1 more hour of light, and we can see that first 2 stations are already kind of in shade, so the last 3 stations still have a little bit of the sun, which I'm sure is helping in this situation where it's, I'm going to say freezing, freezing cold right now. It was a first miss in the medal match by Al-Rashidi. Make sure to tell us, who are you rooting for in this finals? We have a Turkish representative, a representative from Kuwait, a Croatian representative, and an Australian representative competing for gold at the ISSF World Cup in shotgun in Nicosia, Cyprus 2022, starting with the new Olympic cycle. Every competition is really important for these athletes who are training all year around as much as they can to come to these competitions. Okay, this is showing pretty clear how the wind is so strong that as soon as the target is hit, the pink powder that usually kind of stays there and you can kind of see it just goes away immediately, and the target goes one way and the powder goes the other way, and the wind just blasts it all out. Tuzun had a perfect series. Let's see if Chernogorets can do it as well. He does. 5 hits. Will it do it? I think it's a miss by Willet, which means Chernogorets and Tuzun are in the lead, holding the first place now. Al-Rashidi and Willet are in the second position. And that's just 1 hit of a difference between them. So we're ready for the second series. Tuzun starting with a hit. Al-Rashidi missed 1 in the first series. Now he's starting with a hit. Chernogorets had a perfect series. There was no target. It was very visible how it went both ways, which means it was broken when it was coming out. He's trying out for the second one. 12 seconds he has when he takes the shotgun. And it's a hit. Tuzun with a hit. All right, and the wind got to us as well, I suppose. If the picture you're seeing is not clear, it's because something happened with the equipment, which is not unusual right now, since everything has been flying all over the place throughout this whole day, which means somewhere with all the equipment that we have, something got hit, I guess, and it was not the target. So unfortunately, if the picture is not as clear as it should be, we're really sorry for the technical difficulties, but the wind is just making it hard for everyone, apparently. Of course, we're continuing with the finals, but the broadcast is going to be as it is. We cannot do anything about it right now, but nevertheless, we can see what's going on. So Tuzun and Chernogorets are tied with 9 hits each, and the Willet is 1 hit behind with 8 hits now. Al-Rashidi currently holding the 4th place, coming to the last target of the series. Tuzun hitting the perfect series 2 times in a row. Al-Rashidi had 2 misses so far, and it stays like that after his 2nd series. Chernogorets is going for the perfect one. He could tie with Tuzun. And he does. 10 hits by each of these athletes. They are in the lead. Willet taking up
after round 2 and 10 targets,
the 3rd place alongside Willet. They are tied. Let's see this. 2 hits of a difference between the first 2 and the second 2. Turkish and Croatian representative are definitely holding their lead now, while Al-Rashidi and Willet Tuzun started. All right, and the nice picture that we had is finally back, and it's looking even more beautiful now that we were watching this picture that had, I guess it had 1 color less, and now that's back. All right. As I said, apparently the wind is not messing only with the athletes, but with the production as well. All right. I hope it will stay like this, since we're coming to the last few targets before finding out who will win the 4th place. And currently, this is between Al-Rashidi and Willet, but we still have a few more targets to go. Chernogorets and Tuzun have had only hits so far, and you can imagine how hard that is in this weather, in these conditions. Maybe the wind is a little bit less now, but they have had only hits so far in the medal match, which is the most nerve-wracking part of the finals. It's only 35 targets after they've had 125 targets in the qualification, 35 targets in the semifinals, coming to the last 35 targets that are the most deciding one and then being able to shoot only hit by hit by hit is something just spectacular, and showing really how first class these athletes that come to these big competitions are. It's a World Cup, and it's a very serious competition for these athletes that hopefully really love their jobs and what they do. Will it? Hitting this one, it's only hits coming to the last few targets. Unfortunately, the picture has changed again, and hopefully it will come back again. We are really sorry for the technical difficulties, but our team is working really hard to make sure that that the picture comes back, which it finally did. All right. Right on time to see who the finalists will be, and it was no target for Tuzun, who is coming to the end, shooting a perfect series 3 times in a row, which is actually superb. Al-Rashidi, 13 hits, and unfortunately for him, for Willett, he will not be able to continue with the competition, whatever he does now. And this is the Croatian coach nodding firmly, because he's really happy that his athlete is in a medal. Not really sure which one yet, because we're going to have to continue with the competition to find that out. But the 4th place is going to Australia, James Willett, who is, of course, not as happy as the finalists who are in the competition still, because he just lost by 1 hit of a difference. He lost the medal. And now the 3 remaining athletes are going to be fighting for gold. In the next 10 targets, we're going to find out who is the bronze medalist. And then the real fun starts when we get to decide, and we get to see, actually, they get to decide the gold medal. All right, continuing. Now, I'm not gonna say anything more about the picture changing, because apparently it's going to be apparently decided to change a lot in this finals, but we're really sorry for the technical difficulties, and I am sure that after today we're gonna find the problem and fix it. So just hold on. Okay, we're sorry for the short break. Nothing happened in between, but hopefully the picture will stay like this now, and we can beautifully see throughout the whole final by the end, where Tuzun is in the lead, Chernogorets right behind him, and then Al-Rashidi in the third place. It was a miss by Al-Rashidi once again, and it just is looking more and more like Al-Rashidi is the one to win the bronze medal, but we're gonna see. Chernogorets still needs one more hit to be safe and stay in the medal match, but Tuzun is definitely saved so far. Oh no, actually we still have 5 more targets. Yes, it's easy to sometimes get ahead of ourselves, which I just apparently did, but that's good news for Al-Rashidi, since he still has he's still gonna have 5 more targets to try and stay in the finals till the very end. Tuzun going for the 20th hit, and he does it. This is just amazing. After 20 targets, he had not had one miss in the medal match. And he also had an amazing semifinal, so he's definitely a favorite for the gold. Today could be Tuzun's day.
Tuzun with 20 points.
Chernogorets now had a miss in the last series, and he is now 2 hits behind Tuzun. Al-Rashidi is 1 hit behind him, and sorry again for the picture changing. Just hoping that's gonna come back for at least the last 10 targets when we get to see who wins the gold. Currently it's like this. Al-Rashidi had 1 more miss. Chernogorets needs to step up his game and stay in focus. He hits the target. His coach looks a bit nervous, and I'm sure he really wishes for Chernogorets to stay in the finals, especially when we've been in this gold for so long. It has to pay off. Al-Rashidi hitting this one. Chernogorets now, he's on the 4th station. The target came on the left and he was able to shoot it. Look at it, what a quick reaction that was for the left target. Tuzun starting on the 3rd station. He still hasn't had a miss. Still to this hit. Al-Rashidi now in the 4th station. It's a hit. It's so amazing to see how both of them have the same reaction when Chernogorets goes for the target. His coach goes for the target as well. It's a really special, usually a really special connection between the coach and the athlete and the shooting sport, because the coach is not only a physical coach, but also he is helping his athlete be mentally prepared as well. It's a hit by Chernogorets, and with this hit, even the coach knows it. He's staying in the game. Al-Rashidi is the one who wins the bronze medal here. It was the slightest reaction, but there was a reaction. And this is the first Tuzun's hit. He really wanted to have a perfect round, but I mean, it's amazing shooting today from this Turkish representative. That just one miss is nothing, but I understand. Sometimes shooters can be a bit of perfectionists. You want the best, you know, and it's not unusual. Črnogorec is staying in the game for gold. And the bronze medal winner representing Kuwait, Talal Arshidi. He is with his coach. It's a
silver and gold medals.
It could be a wonderful celebration for him, because he just had one more hit, then Willett stayed in the finals, and now he won the bronze medal, 3 hits behind Črnogorec and Tuzun, who are now going to compete for the gold. It's just 1 hit of a difference between these two, and I'm sure they're gonna show off some amazing skills and show us what it is, the trap sport, the shooting sport at its finest. Tuzun and Črnogorec, who will win the gold. It's a miss by Tuzun, no? He wants VAR. Okay. They're going to check if it was a miss, because if it was, it would have been 2 misses in a row, and he had perfect hits so far, so he's definitely allowed for this VAR. I am actually curious to see. All right, the referees are looking to see, and for me it looks like a miss, but I really don't know. There was some pink powder. There was some pink powder there. Let's see. I'm really curious what the judges say. All right, it looks like the target was above the shot, but VAR, it's a hit. It's a hit, they say. For Tuzun, so he only had 1 miss so far. And now it's time for Črnogorec to continue with the competition. And now he has 12 seconds. Yes, his coach, it's really amazing the way they're connected. As I was saying, there's a big connection between the coach and the athlete, since it's not only physical work. It really requires mental strength, where the coach has to know his athlete very, very well, to know how to help him in situations that are critical, situations that are very important. So they have this strong connection that we can see in their reactions on the field as well. Tuzun. That was a no target. Oh no, that was a hit. Okay. It was a hit. Sometimes it's hard to see, and I'm sure it's hard to see for you too right now, and we're sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm sure we're gonna find a way to get it back, I hope by the end of the finals, because this last few targets are the ones who are the most important after so many targets throughout the day. And it was a miss by Tuzun, which means Chernogorets now has a chance to tie. And he does. They are having 27 hits after 29 targets each. And they still have 6 more targets before the decision of the gold. Tuzun hitting this one. Nope. It's no target. Whenever we don't hear a siren, it's whenever we don't hear a siren, it's potentially a hit, but sometimes it means that there was no target, which is what the referees mostly see. Chernogorets still tied with Tuzun now. And we are coming to the last 5 targets that get to decide the gold between the Turkish representative, who was amazing throughout the semifinals as well as the finals, and the Croatian representative, who also had a marvelous game here. I think it's a miss for him now. Coach not happy about the miss, of course, because that requires Tuzun to miss one more for them to tie again, which he does, and that's actually surprising since he was leading so well. But actually it's not surprising, since these last 5 targets are the most important ones. There was no target here. And these last few targets are deciding of the gold, which is definitely affecting the psyche. As we can see, these two amazing athletes, Tuzun and Chernogorets, have had the least amount of hits to get to the point where they are right now. And now they're shooting misses, which means it's definitely affecting them. And it's a normal thing to happen, and that's what we're seeing right now. So Tuzun and Chernogorets are 1 hit of a difference, and Chernogorets is really depending on Tuzun to miss once again, since Chernogorets now had 2 misses in a row, which I'm sure did not help his nerves. It's a hit by Tuzun. Chernogorets really needs to hit the last 2 and count on Tuzun to maybe miss the last one. And for Chernogorets, with this miss, unfortunately, he lost the goal. The amazing Turkish representative won the gold here at the World Cup ISSF in Nicosia, Cyprus. It was such an amazing thing what he was doing throughout the whole finals. August Han Tuzun really deserves this gold.
The second place
And
with 29
Giovanni
points,
Cernigora, the
Giovanni
Croatian
from
representative,
Croatia.
won the
Silver medal.
silver. Fair and square coming to the end of the finals, but Tuzun really showed some amazing skills today, winning the gold medal in the end. Made it really,
The award
really
ceremony will take
special
place on the left
for
side
this
of the
Turkish
ring.
representative.
DJI.
And he just showed us that after so many years in this sport, you can still be number one, you can still have the gold, and I think it's a really nice message in the end as well, since he's been practicing shooting since 1996 and has been in this sport for so long and still gets to be number one.
The award ceremony will start at 5 o'clock.
Jel nosimo kamere gore? A? Kako nismo izgodni?
We can see some slow motion pictures, and once again, sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm hoping tomorrow this will not be happening, and also that we will not have this much wind tomorrow. Hoping that for the athletes as well, who have to be shooting in this competition, in this conditions. This was an very exciting, very amazing finals. Make sure to come back tomorrow. We have still 5 more days of finals. Tomorrow we're starting at 3 o'clock for trap mixed team event. It's going to be the only final of the day. Make sure to come back. It's going to be at 3 o'clock Cyprus time. I hope you had a wonderful time watching the finals with us. You can let us know what you think and share the broadcast. Follow the official pages of ISSF on Instagram and Facebook, as well as you can subscribe to the YouTube channel not to miss any of these events happening here in Cyprus for the next 5 days. So come back tomorrow, 3 o'clock local time, to watch this beautiful sport with us once again.